Is it at all possible that the preserver that preserves everything, whether small or big, in the heavens and on the earth, should not preserve the deeds and acts of man, who has been given the rank of vigilancy on earth, and should not punish or reward him duly? Definitely not. We will examine this proof under two headings. When we look at this realm carefully, we see that the deeds of everything, small or big, valuable or worthless, are preserved. For instance, all the programs and life stories of flowers are preserved in minute seeds. In the next spring, the seed rips and all of the deeds of the flowers are transmitted from the seed. Who is the being that preserves all of the plans and programs, deeds and life stories of the flowers in tiny seeds? Who is the being that preserves the deeds of even a simple plant and transmits those deeds in the next spring? Who else can preserve the plans and programs of endless flowers in tiny seeds, and in the next spring can make those flowers emerge from those seeds without confusing any of them? Yes, who but God can do it? All of the programs and deeds of all trees are preserved in tiny seeds. That tiny seed keeps all of the deeds and programs of the tree. When it is put in the ground, it transmits the book of deeds of the tree. Who places the plans and programs of all deeds into tiny seeds and gives the book of deeds of the trees to their tiny seeds? Can you show a doer other than God for that wise deed? Who but God can make those tiny seeds books of deeds for trees? The programs and life stories of animals are preserved in their eggs. Those small eggs are like books of deeds for those animals, and all of the properties of those animals are kept in the eggs. Who is the being that preserves a colorful peacock in a simple egg and then cracks the egg to take the peacock out? Who is the one that makes all eggs like books of deeds for animals and preserves all of the programs of animals in that egg? It is God, because no one else can have the power to do it. Preserving necessitates endless knowledge, limitless power, endless wisdom, unconditioned will, and other attributes. It is impossible for a being that does not have those attributes to preserve the plan and program of an animal in an egg. Only God has those endless attributes. The plans and programs of humans are preserved in a drop of liquid. In that liquid called nutfa, all of the plans and programs of man are preserved and all of his properties are recorded. We are asking again, who is the being that preserves man? Who is a wonderful piece of art? In drop of liquid called nutfa. Who is the one that makes a drop of liquid like a library and writes man in that liquid? Yes, it is God. It is God who makes a drop of liquid the beginning of man, and who preserves the extraordinary program of man within it. What about the DNAs of man? The DNA molecules in one single cell are like a 46-volume encyclopedia, each of which has 20,000 pages and contains that much information. There are 60,000 trillion cells in man. Who is the one that makes each DNA a giant encyclopedia and preserves information of 1 million pages within it? It is definitely God, because coincidence cannot write even a letter on its own, let alone books. Have a look at the memory of man, too. In a small place like a nail, all of the things that happened to man, his life story, and all of the information that he learnt throughout his life are kept and preserved. Who is the one that keeps and preserves all of the deeds of man and his experiences in life in the tiny memory? It is definitely God, because this extraordinary deed cannot be explained by any other reasons. There is no need to explain the proofs of preservation in this realm at length, because even man, who is very weak, can record everything by making use of the law of preservation. Cameras, computers, tape recorders, flash memories, hard disks, and many more devices are things that have been produced based on the law of preservation. The preservation in this realm, that is, the preservation and recording of the plan, program, life story, and deeds of each creature with care, informs us about the being behind the curtain, with his name, Hafiz. Such preservation cannot be an act of the coincidence and blind and dumb causes. Only God can be the doer of that wise deed. Now, let us move to the second step and open the gate of the hereafter. Is it at all possible that the preserver that preserves everything, whether small or big, in the heavens and on the earth, should not preserve the deeds and acts of man, who has been given the rank of vigilancy on earth, and should not punish or reward him duly? Since the owner of this realm is the preserver, since he preserves everything that takes place in his land, and since he preserves ordinary, ephemeral, and unimportant things like that, is it at all possible that he should not preserve the deeds of man, who is so vigorant of God and earth, and the carrier of his trust, and should not account him based on that preserving? Definitely not. It is understood from the manifestation of the preserving in this way that the owner of those beings takes great care of the recording of everything that takes place in his land. He takes utmost care of his domination. He takes care so much that he writes and has the slightest event and the smallest service written. He preserves the copy of everything that takes place in his land. This preserving indicates that an important book of deeds will be opened, and especially the great deeds, important acts of man, who is the most honorable creature, will be subject to an important accounting and weighing. His pages of deeds will be published. Is it possible to doubt and say, how will he preserve the spirits of those who die? For the preserver, who preserves the program of a tree, which resembles a spirit in its tiniest seed, like a point. Is it at all possible that man should be honored with vigilancy and trust, and then he should lie in the grave comfortably, not be awakened, not be accounted for all his deeds, whether big or small, not go to the gathering place, not see the great court, go to non-existence and hide under the ground? No, never. Now, let us summarize this proof. 1. The fact that the programs and copies, in a sense, deeds of everything, are preserved in seeds, kernels, liquid drops called nutfa, memories, DNAs, and other places proves that there is a being behind the curtain, and he preserves everything within his land. 2. The fact that the plans and programs of simple and worthless things like flowers and trees are preserved proves that the deeds of man are preserved as well. Man is the trustee of the rank of vigilancy, carrier of the great trust in this realm, and he is addressed specially by God. It is impossible for God Almighty to preserve the deeds of the simplest things, but not to preserve the deeds of man, who is related to the sultanate of his lordship. 3. Man's deeds are preserved because there will be an accounting. However, man is not accounted or questioned at all in this world. This situation proves that there must be another place and a great court where man will be accounted for his deeds. That place is the hereafter. Then we can say that it is necessary to deny the name Al-Hafiz of God Almighty first, in order to be able to deny the hereafter. A person who cannot deny the name Al-Hafiz will have to accept that the deeds of man are preserved. Since this preservation is done for accounting, and the accounting is not in this world, the existence of the hereafter will have to be accepted. It means it is necessary to deny the name Al-Hafiz of God in order to be able to deny the hereafter. It is necessary to deny this universe and lose one's senses in order to be able to deny the name Al-Hafiz, because there exists preserving in everything, from seeds to kernels, from the power of memory to eggs, from DNAs to cells. As the rule, deeds cannot be without doers, indicates this preserving must have a doer too. A person who cannot deny the preservation that takes place before our eyes cannot deny its doer, the all-preserving Lord of Majesty, either. To deny the preservation can only be possible by losing one's mind and humanity. We have nothing to say to those who give up their mind and humanity.